kickoff, and we welcome those who will be watching tonight's action on WTVD ABC 11 Digital Channel 213. And we're going to give you the Geico starting lineups, brought to you by Geico, where one 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on your car insurance. NC State has won the toss, and we will wait to see if the Wolfpack elects to defer and kick off, and that's exactly what's going to happen. So very quickly, for the visiting Wolfpack of NC State, the defensive lineup: Mario Williams and Manny Lawson at the ends, John McCargo and Tank Tyler at the tackles. The linebackers are Pat Thomas on the strong side, Oliver Hoyt in the middle, and Stephen Tulloch on the weak side. The cornerbacks, Lamont Reed and Devontae Edwards. The roverback is Andre Maddox. He sort of plays like a linebacker in State's defensive scheme under first-year coordinator Reggie Herring, and the free safety is Marcus Hudson. So the starting offensive lineup for the Tar Heels: Darian Durant will be the quarterback. Madison Hedgecock will be at fullback. Ronnie McGill is dressed tonight, could see action, but Jacques Lewis will start at tailback. The wideouts will be Jaworski Polak and Darrell Mitchell. The tight end is John Hamlet. The tackles are Brian Chacos and Willie McNeil. The guards are Charleston Gray and Kyle Ralph, and the center is Jason Brown. Again, our starting lineups brought to you by Geico, where one 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on your car insurance. So, Mick, we're going to play early. Dash for a Car, sponsored by Crown Honda of South Point. This week's lucky contestant, John Godwin out of Garner, North Carolina. And if the Heels should return this kickoff, John's going to win a brand new 2004 Honda Accord LX sedan from Crown Honda of South Point.
Woody, I think Mike Mason's due to break one. He's been running very quickly and aggressively from the 0 to the 20-yard line and been slowing down some when he gets to the 20. If he can keep that burst from the 20 to the 30 through that area, break it to the second level, he's got a chance to win somebody an automobile.
John Duraney, the sophomore from Fayetteville, Georgia, who does all of the special teams kicking for the Wolfpack, is getting set to kick off. And deep for Carolina, Mike Mason, the sophomore, on the near side, and Tremaine Goddard, the freshman, on the far side. Mason is out of Rocky Mount, while Goddard is from Robertsonville, North Carolina. Well, this crowd, as the giant video board in the east end zone tolls out the sounds of the bell tower, the chiming of the bell. Will the Tar Heels answer the bell here tonight in meeting number 94 with State? Duraney forward, driving end-over-end kick. There will be no run back. Mason about 8 yards deep in the end zone. Whoa. As a matter of fact, steps out of the end zone. The dash for a car, unfortunately, will not offer John Godwin a chance to win a car tonight. It was presented by Crown Honda of South Point. Be sure and log on to TarHeelBlue.com for your chance to win a brand new car from Crown Honda of South Point. Well, the Carolina offense takes the field. Number 4 in the league, 37th in the country, averaging 404 yards a game against a State defense, Mick, that's number 2 in the country at 193.8. They're number 24 nationally defending the run at 101.5 yards a game, and number 1 defending the pass, 92.2. Highly unusual to see a defense limiting more yards in the passing game than it does with a run.
This defense has a lot of personality. More about that in just a moment.
First series of the ball game. Durant's in the shotgun, gets motion from Polak over to the right side. Durant back to throw, looking, dumps it out to Polak. Polak back toward the middle of the field, 25, and then is taken down by Lamont Reed, the cornerback, on a shoulder tackle that lifted the diminutive Polak up off the ground and threw him to the turf at the 25. So it's a gain of 5 on the play. Second down and 5 for Carolina.
State's a high-risk defense. They do not mind taking chances to get you behind the chains. They'll blitz, commit additional pass rushers to try to attack the pocket on almost every down and distance.
Darrell Mitchell goes out wide to the left side. Jaworski Polak's to the short side. That is the short side of the field as Carolina operates off the right hash. Durant under center in the eye. Jesse Holly actually at that wingback goes in motion through the formation. The give is off to Jacques Lewis and nothing doing. Boy, just a wall of white converged on him and fell on him back at the 23 for a loss of 2. Mario Williams and Oliver Hoyt on the tackle. Hoyt, State's leading tackler, 39 hits to his credit. Substitutions. John Hamlet goes in at tight end. Hedgecock, or Jacques Dumas, is out, and Madison Hedgecock is also out of the lineup. So it'll be 3rd down and 7. Carolina on the year, converting but 37% of its third downs. The State defense only giving up 23%. Durant in the shotgun. Durant looking. Durant to throw. Caught by Pollock. He's hit immediately and taken down. Mario Williams, 6'7", 291 pounds, a sophomore from Richlands, North Carolina. Hard to believe that he can be bigger, faster, and stronger than he was last year, but that's what the state coaches say about him. So Tar Heels 0 for 1 in early third down plays on a 3rd and long. And with 4th down, David Woolridge, the sophomore from Advance into kick. Devontae Edwards from right here in Chapel Hill is deep. Woolridge, the ACC's 4th leading kicker with a 41.5 average. Greg Warren gets him a nice snap. Woolridge gets it away and hits a pretty good one. Devontae Edwards has called for the fair catch and will make it at the 33-yard line. And that's where the Wolfpack will put the ball in play, 1st and 10.
State's defense has linebackers, corners, and defensive ends, kind of personality players that are electric. They've got great speed, and they got penetration on, incredible penetration, both on Carolina's 2nd and 3rd down plays, forcing a 3 and out to begin the game.
Offensively for State, Jay Davis, the junior from Clearwater, Florida, the quarterback. Tremaine Hall, T.A. McClendon will be with him. The wideouts are Brian Clark, Richard Washington, the tight end T.J. Williams. Davis up under center, gets motion from Hall, the H-back to the right side, throws it to him, flaring out of the backfield, looking for a block on the sideline, and he's ridden out of bounds by Jacoby Watkins at about the 41-yard line of the Wolfpack. It's going to be a gain of about 6 or 7 on the play. Just underway in Chapel Hill, 12:40 to play in the first period. No score in the ball game as State has the ball for the first time. Thus far this season, the opposition has scored on every opening drive against Carolina, 4 touchdowns and a field goal. Davis under center. 2nd down and short yardage. Hands the ball off, coming left. And a quick move by Richard Washington, the wideout who took the handoff, coming wide to his left, and he carries it into Carolina territory to the Tar Heel 45-yard line for a 1st down. And so the Wolfpack in 2 plays moving from its own 34 now to a 1st and 10 at the Carolina 45.
Excellent ball handling by Jay Davis. A very slick fake at the mesh point of that play. It's an end around out of 1 back. Carolina was sitting heavily on T.A. McClendon. They had him bracketed, but the only problem was T.A. did not have the football.
This time they'll bunch right receivers to the open side of the field on the right. They get motion. They hand the ball off to McClendon going right side. McClendon has stood up on the play after only about a yard gain, 2 at the very most, over the right side. They're going to give him a yard to the 44. Stop made by Condreas Guy for Carolina, so 2nd down and 9 at the 44. For Carolina, Malik Brown and Khalif Mitchell are the ends. Condreas Guy and Jonas Seawright the tackles. The linebackers are Jeff Longany, Fred Sparkman, Larry Edwards. Corners are Jacoby Watkins, Sid Holt. The safeties are Gerald Sensabaugh and Kareem Taylor. 2nd and 9 from the 44 of Carolina. State moving from right to left. Davis will give the ball off to McClendon. Good running room, left side. McClendon inside the 35 for a 1st down to about the 34, maybe 33-yard line. Larry Edwards, making his 1st start of the year tonight, made the tackle on the Albemarle junior. So 1st and 10 for the Wolfpack. State coming into the game averaging 334 yards a game, while the Carolina defense near the bottom of the NCAA stats, giving up 456 yards a game.
McClendon's a future pro, of course. He has immense talent, shiftier than you think, and a very, very powerful tailback.
Brian Clark goes out wide to the right side. Richard Washington sets up as a wing on the left. Now they motion Tremaine Hall. They'll give the ball off to Richard Washington going wide. Longany giving chase, couldn't catch him. He's inside the 35 and out of bounds at about the 33-yard line. So a pickup of about a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 9. After the out-of-bounds play on the far sideline. 10:55 to play opening period in Chapel Hill. No score in the ball game as yet. Carolina a 3 and out on its first offensive series. NC State now has driven in 6 plays from its own 34 down to the Carolina 33. Setting up in the pro set formation. McClendon, the lone running back behind Davis. Here's the handoff to McClendon. McClendon cutting back, right side. Breaks 1 tackle. Sideline, bumped out of bounds. Jacoby Watkins at the 25. He'll be about a yard shy of the 1st down. So that'll bring up now 3rd down and 1 for a State offense that's converting 33% of its third downs this year, but a Carolina defense giving up 42% conversion rate on third down.
That play, Woody, was supposed to go left, an A-gap play between between the center and the left guard. But Jeff Longany stepped right into that hole, was poised to make the tackle, but T.A. with a terrific cut off his left foot broke it to the right for good yardage.
Bobby Washington in at the tailback now. He's the lone running back. They get motion now from the wideout. They'll give the ball off to Bobby Washington. He's got the first down. Started over his right guard and cut back over the middle, and he goes inside the 25 to about the 23. Kentwan Balmer, who's in the defensive line, the true freshman out of Weldon, and Fred Sparkman, Carolina's leading tackler with 51 hits on the year, made the stop, but it's a first down for the Wolfpack. Ball at about the 22-yard line. That's the Carolina 22. No score in the game, but State almost into the red zone. Davis faking, now rolling out to his left, looking, throwing, right corner, caught inside the 10. Jacoby Watkins takes the player out of bounds at the 8-yard line, and that player is T.J. Williams, the junior tight end from Tarboro. So it's first and goal now for the Wolfpack at the Carolina 8-yard line in front of the West goal.
Davis took a look in that direction and did not throw the ball there his first time through his progressions. Jacoby had him covered. And then I think Jacoby might have thought, okay, the ball's not coming this way, so he lost contain for just a moment.
T.A. McClendon back into tailback, the lone running back. Ninth play of the drive that started back at the 34. The give is off to McClendon. Flag is down. McClendon trying to get away and is wrestled down by Watkins at the 10-yard line. Sophomore from Laurinburg coming hard off the edge, making the play, but a flag thrown back in the Wolfpack backfield. Jim Knight out of Charlotte is tonight's referee, and it's going to be a motion penalty.
I decline this. The play didn't gain any yards. Bring up second down and goal from the 9.
On the offense, number 44. The penalty is declined. Second down.
So second down and goal. The ball at the Carolina 9. 10:04 to play, first period. No score in the game. Bobby Washington, the freshman from Miami, Florida. Back in at tailback. State will set a wide slot out to the left side. They get motion now off the wing. It's a reverse motion. Here's Davis moving to his right, gives the ball to Bobby Washington, cut it back, goes down at the 7 on the far sideline. So a gain of 2 on the play, Mick, and it'll be third and goal.
Just watching Kareem Taylor, Woody, there's never been a good college defense that wasn't strong at free safety. It's the position that captains the secondary, gets the secondary into all the checks. Kareem got low there, made a nice tackle, but was shaken up on the play, and he'll come out for at least a down.
Eric Fiddleman pointing out that Terry Hunter, the true freshman out of Wendell, on the stop. So here's State, third down and goal at the 7. Davis brings him up. He puts Hicks and Washington out to the left. Gets reverse motion. McClendon the tailback. Davis to throw. Davis looking. Davis steps up. Davis going to run with it. Throws, and it's dropped by Williams, the tight end, at the goal line. Good coverage by Carolina, boy, Mick. Davis had to spend a lot of time trying to find a receiver.
I think he was thinking about running with the football, and the Tar Heels had him covered. He could have run to inside the 5, but not for a touchdown. So Lee Pace, a small victory, assuming NC State does indeed kick a field goal here to hold the Pack to 3 points after that drive.
And you mentioned Terry Hunter, 2 good snaps for him in relief of Kendreas Guy, who limped off a moment ago.
24-yard field goal just inside the right hash mark. Chris Young will hold. William Lee on the snap. John Delaney's kick, and it is good. So State draws first blood here in Chapel Hill. 8:53 remaining in the first period. State drives from its 34 down to the Carolina 7, but has to settle for a field goal, making it State 3, Carolina nothing. This is Tar Heel football from Learfield Sports.
60-yard drive for the Wolfpack. 12 plays, took almost 4 minutes off the clock. They get a field goal out of it to make it 3-0 NC State. And the Carolina defense has now given up points on every opponent's first possession this season. 4 touchdowns and now 2 field goals. Let's go to Lee Pace, our Beefmaster sideline reporter. Lee, how does it feel on the Carolina sideline?
Well, as you might expect, Mick, there's been a lot of talking between the two teams. Madison, Hedgecock, Jaworski, Pollock, Kareem Taylor, all have had a word for their opponents, and a lot of intensity here. As John Bunning said, he wants the Tar Heel bench in the sideline. There is quite a bit of red in the stands, but, you know, I'm not so sure there was not more purple in the stands here 3 years ago. So a good turnout by the Carolina faithful tonight. Still a few empty seats, though, up in the corners.
Delaney now 4 of 7 on the year in field goals, his longest 53 in that win at Virginia Tech earlier in the year. He missed 2 field goals last week against Wake Forest. He'll kick off. Mason near side, Goddard far side or deep. Our Beefmaster sideline reports brought to you by Beefmaster Frank's, hot dog choice of Tar Heel fans statewide. Another deep kickoff about 8 yards. That will now be 10 of 21 kickoffs for John Delaney of the Wolfpack have been touchbacks. And Carolina will come out and start 1st and 10 from its own 20.
Delaney's got a live leg. I mean, the ball just really explodes off of his foot. And I don't think it will be long before the Rules Committee in college visits again the idea of kicking off from the 30-yard line instead of the 35.
Carolina with its offensive unit coming off the sideline, the boundary, if you will. Darren Durant will be under center. He'll have Madison Hedgecock and Jacques Lewis behind him. Ronnie McGill is dressed. Whether or not he'll play tonight, we don't know. Durant will give the ball off to Jacques Lewis. Lewis coming off the right side, gets only a yard. Quick closing NC State defense. Stephen Tulloch on the stop, the weak side linebacker for State. So 2nd down and 9. Reggie Herring came in. To be quite honest with you, people talking last year in Raleigh about, you know, the terms of an ACC national championship. The defense was simply not good enough to win that big. I mean, State was counting on last year Phillip Rivers to outscore the opposition in every game. But this year, marked improvement under Reggie Herring's leadership as the new coordinator by the State defense. Here's Durant giving the ball off to Lewis. Lewis cutting back, nothing there, right side. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
There, you could talk about X's and O's all night long. What's happening in this game right now when Carolina has the ball is that State's quickness is a big problem. Carolina's getting beaten up front, and they're at the snap of the ball. There's too many white jerseys in Carolina's offensive backfield.
State makes a couple of defensive substitutions as Carolina faces a 2nd, 3rd, and long situation. Tar Heels 0 for 1 here early in the game. That's 12 straight 3rd downs over 2 games without a conversion. Here's Durant back to throw. Durant looking, not going to have a lot of time. Shoots a pass. Caught. 1st down, Holly. 37-yard line of Carolina. Devontae Edwards on the tackle for State.
That's one of the most beautiful pockets that the Carolina O-line has formed this year. That's where the quarterback is safe. He's protected so long as he doesn't roll out. The offensive linemen, the geometry favors them. They can hold their blocks. And Durant had room and time to throw the football.
1st and 10 on the left hash mark off the 38-yard line. Carolina in its home blue headgear, blue jerseys, moving from left to right. Pro eye set. Bowman on Darius Bowman goes out wide to the left. They get motion from Holly. Here's Durant looking to his left. Now wants to throw. Going to throw for Bowman, and it's nearly intercepted. Flag is down on the play back at the 30-yard line as Manny Lawson, the junior from Goldsboro, came crashing in. Was it something Lawson did, or was it a hold against Carolina?
It's easy. It's an easy defense to hold because they're so quick. You don't want to get your quarterback blown up. So,
Offense, number 65, 15-yard penalty.
It's a clip on Brian Chacos. And the speed Mick talked about a moment ago has just been so evident by the State defense, and particularly Lawson and Williams. State came into this game 50 tackles for loss, 16 sacks. Lawson has got 8 of the tackles for losses and 5 of the sacks. They had 10 sacks in the game against Virginia Tech at Blacksburg.
Yeah, they've got a lot of teams play with 1 rush in. State has got 2 crash ins that they can mess you up with.
This is 1st down and 20. The ball is back at the 23-yard line. Here's Durant handing off on the draw play to Lewis. Jacques Lewis running into Charleston Gray as he tried the left side, and he goes down after only about a 1 or 2 yard gain at the most. So it'll be 2nd down and a country mile. 3-0 State leads it. 6:50 left to play first period. Darrell Mitchell, John Hamlet, Jaworski Pollock all getting into the lineup for Carolina.
State's pretty good in the back end. Their corners are good man-to-man defenders. That's what Carolina has to do, though, I think, is to try to get their receivers one-on-one with State's corners and see how accurate Darien can be throwing the ball tonight.
Durant will stay in the shotgun as Carolina comes up to the line of scrimmage against State's four-man front. Lewis moving over to his left side. Durant calling for the ball. He's got it. Durant back to throw. Quick drop over the middle. Caught. Pollock. 35, 40. Pollock at the 45 out to the 47-yard line.
Very close to a first down. That's just what I was talking about. You hit a receiver like Jaworski in stride and at the numbers and let him be an athlete.
So the gain out to the 47 will make it 3rd down and 1 as Carolina faces its third down situation of the game. They're 1 of 2 so far, but this is the first time it's been short. On the year, Carolina with but 19 short situations out of 59 third down opportunities. 40 of them have been 3rd and long. Durant checking off now at the line of scrimmage. Ends are in tight. Lone wide out. Bowman to the right side. Hand off to Jacques Lewis. Cutting back. Lewis first down to midfield. Big pickup of the first down for Carolina when they were looking at a 1st and 25 after the penalty against Brian Chacos. Andre Maddox on the tackle for State.
It didn't look very good, though, after the handoff. One of those plays where Carolina gets stopped but then makes it anyway because of a good decision and some nice footwork by number 20, Jacques Lewis. First down for the Tar Heels after being behind the stakes.
Jacques Dumas is the tight end on the left side. On the right side, it's Justin Phillips. He drops off as a wing, now motions to the left side. Durant under center. Durant will give the ball to Jacques Lewis. Right side, cutting back into the middle, inside the 45 to about the 44 of the Wolfpack. First time the Tar Heels have been across midfield. Credit Manny Lawson with the tackle.
And Madison Hedgecock leading the way for the Tar Heels. He just brings a high level of male hormone to the game, and he likes to hit. He's fired up about this game, and he threw the key block on that play.
Jesse Holly will go wide to the left side. Darius Bowman comes to the right. Holly's the flanker. Bowman the split in. They work off the right hash. Durant back to throw. Hands off on the draw play to Lewis. Lewis, good hole, right side. Inside the 40 to the 35. First down, Carolina. Good blocking by Madison Hedgecock, the senior fullback from out of Wahlberg. So in 8 plays, Carolina's moved from its own 20, overcome a 15-yard penalty, and now with 1st and 10 at the State 35. 4 minutes left to play, first period, 3-0 State leads it on John Duraney's 24-yard field goal about 5 minutes ago. Durant under center. Durant hands the ball off to Lewis. Lewis with a little stutter step, and he couldn't go anywhere. There was an early crash up front. Tank Tyler made the tackle, but Lewis got slowed up about the time he took the handoff and ran right into Tyler's arms. So it's a loss of a yard. It'll be 2nd and 11 at the State 36.
Darien, the passes that he's thrown so far in this game have been accurate, and that's something we talked about in the pregame show. More about it in a second.
Darrell Mitchell and Pollock set a wide slot to the left side. Phillips and Mason are to the right. Durant's in the shotgun, gets the snap, looking to throw, whips it sideline, caught by Pollock, and Pollock is wrestled out of bounds at about the 33. Troy Graham, the senior backup safety from Miami, makes the stop. You know, speaking of Miami, it's interesting that on NC State's depth chart, there are 17 players from the state of North Carolina. But, Mick, there are 19 from the state of Florida. 11 on offense, 8 on defense.
Yeah, they're a little sensitive about that. One of their releases preseason said that 61 of their players were from North Carolina. That's if you look at their whole roster. But then you got to look at who's playing. Their top 44, heavy Florida influence.
3rd down and 8, State 33. Durant 5 of 5 thus far, according to statistician Jody Zorgner. 2 wideouts go to the left, 3 to the right. Empty set. Durant back to throw. Durant looking, being pressured, throws, sideline, out of everybody's reach, thrown into the boundary. Mason and Holly were along the sideline, but Dwayne Herndon was putting a heavy rush on Durant. So it brings up 4th down.
When you go to 5 wides, you only got 5 to block, 5 people to block, because the quarterback can't block anybody, of course. So you got to the ball's got to come out a little more quickly, because frequently the quarterback doesn't have the time to throw in 5 wide.
Connor Barth is going to attempt a 50-yard field goal off the left hash. Jared Hall will hold. Greg Warren on the snap. Kick is away by Barth. High enough, long enough. Good! Game tied.
He knew it. He put his arms up to signal good as soon as the ball left his foot.
2:50 to play. First quarter here in Chapel Hill. We've got a tie game. It's State 3 on John Delaney's 24-yarder. Carolina 3 on Connor Barth's 50-yarder. You're listening to Carolina football.
Big Mixon along with Woody Durham. Our statistician Jody Zeugner, Hall of Fame running back Don McCauley, Lee Pace, our Beefmaster sideline reporter, Jones Angel, our scoreboard anchor. Score is tied at 3-3. 2:50 to play in the first quarter in Chapel Hill. That scoring drive, 47 yards, 12 plays, took 6 minutes and 3 seconds off the clock, and it was punctuated by the longest field goal by a freshman in Tar Heel football history. Connor Barth thumped that ball. He drilled it. That ball was right down the chute and would have been good from 58 or 59 yards. It cleared the crossbar with plenty to spare. These Blue Cross stats brought to you by Blue Points, the physical activity incentive program from Blue Cross and Blue Shield of North Carolina. Be active, earn points, get free prizes. To learn more, the online website bsbcnc.com.
NC State is putting Darrell Blackman near side and Bobby Washington deep, waiting on Connor Barth's kickoff. Barth is the freshman from Hoggard High and Wilmington. Checking with everybody. Barth gets set. A little movement by the Carolina special teams now. Barth comes forward. Deep end over end kick. There may be a run back here. And it is Washington coming out of the end zone to the 10, to the 15, out across the 20, taken down 23-yard line. So State's going to start 1st and 10 at its own 23-yard line with its second series of the ball game.
The third series for State. This is their second series. Chuck Amato has played it this way with the 2 quarterbacks. Marcus Stone will come into the game, State's next possession, but for right now, Jay Davis back under center.
And Jay Davis 1 for 2 in that opening series. That State got a field goal a moment ago for 14 yards. He'll run a wing formation left side. Gets motion now from Washington out of the slot. Now it's Washington, the ball carrier. And he gets tripped up on the play and knocked down as he turned the corner. Got out across the 25 to the 26. Sensabaugh and Seawright on the tackle for Carolina. So a gain of 3, second down and 7. Lee Pace is our Beefmaster sideline reporter.
Woody, been keeping an eye on Larry Edwards. Interesting that he's moved into the starting lineup for this game. Good to see him come back. John Bunning has hinted that he's gotten a little better each week. He's in ahead of Milan Carey tonight. He's playing well.
Brian Clark. Richard Washington go wide to the right side along with Hall. Hall motions back. Here's Davis throwing. Got a screen out to Hall. Hall 30, 35. Caught from behind and taken down at the 45-yard line. Tommy Richardson on the stop for the Tar Heels, a junior out of Miami, but not before an 18-yard gain out to the State 44-yard line.
Nice play call. The Tar Heels pursuing upfield had a real good push the last play, so State going to a screen there to slow Carolina's pass rush down.
State breaking the huddle, and Bobby Washington will come to the left side, and Richard Washington, they're not related, go out to the right. He motions back to the formation. They run the toss sweep out to Blackman. Blackman, the freshman, cutting back. Blackman inside the Carolina 45, where he is tripped up on the play by Gerald Sensabaugh. The transfer from East Tennessee State, senior out of Kingsport. Another first down for the Wolfpack, and State's offense has got up ahead of steam.
Jeff Longany, a linebacker, trying to make the tackle play side, was knocked right off his feet. A very good blocking by NC State's offensive line. They feel like this is one of the better O-lines they've had under Chuck Amato.
Jay Davis this time will Set a split in to the right, flanker to the left. They got open field to the left. They're coming that way with Blackman. Blackman cutting back. Blackman through a hole, gets inside the 40 to about the 38-yard line for a gain on the play of about 6 before Sensabaugh and Seawright bring him down. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 4 for the Wolfpack.
And until Carolina stops that, that's what they're going to see. I mean, State will occasionally throw the ball, keep you off stride. But what they want to do in this game against this Tar Heel defense is hand off, the toss sweep with the O-lineman pulling like the last 2 plays have been for good yardage.
A couple of substitutes in the game. Lamart Barrett has come in along with Jim Richard. Out of the eye. Slot formation to the right side. They give it off to Blackman. Blackman going wide to the right side. Flag is down as he gets knocked down by Sensabaugh at the 37-yard line. Sensabaugh coming hard from his strong safety position, making a diving tackle on the play, but a flag thrown by the line judge, Rick Page, on the near sideline.
I saw a hold against State. I'm not sure if that's what the officials saw or not.
They did indeed see that. Early indication by Jim Knight. Mick State's the most penalized team in the league, averages 11 penalties a game for 85 yards. Chuck Amato a couple of weeks ago said he didn't want them to stop playing aggressively, but now he's gotten a little more sensitive about all of those penalties. He says he gets on them when they're aggressive penalties, but he doesn't like foolish penalties.
Yeah, State is the most heavily penalized team in the nation, all except for South Florida. State next to last in the nation in penalties. The fewest they've had in any game has been 9 in the Wake Forest game. They had 4 penalties for over 100 yards in the loss to Ohio State.
The penalty has moved it back to the 47-yard line. It's going to be 2nd down and 13 from the Carolina 47. Davis in the shotgun. He's got Tremaine Hall sprinting out wide to the right side, open side of the field. Davis back to throw, and he's taken down. Coming hard was Lionel Green off the right side. That is only the 5th sack of the year for Carolina.
Corner blitz. Lionel Green, Wooby they call him. He got free untouched and blew up Jay Davis.
The loss is back to the 45-yard line, and we've got the end of the first period here in Chapel Hill. So after 1 quarter of play, it's a tie game. State 3, Carolina 3. This is Tar Heel football from Learfield Sports.
As we begin the 2nd quarter in a 3-3 game, once again, here's Lee Pace, our Beefmaster sideline reporter.
Mick, T.A. McClendon has gone to the locker room. I don't know why, and they're not going to share any information with somebody in a Carolina blue shirt. Marvin Sanders said Tar Heels hope to knock him out of the game, at least for the moment. We have no idea when he'll be back, but at least for the moment, he is in the locker room.
Teams have changed ends of the field. 3rd and 21 for State off its own 45, but Carolina fans shouldn't get too excited. State converted a 3rd and 38 with a 51-yard play last Saturday against Wake Forest. Here's Davis. Davis throwing on the screen. Play stop. Tommy Richardson at the 49-yard line. So the defense stops NC State. T.J. Williams was the receiver, the big tight end for the Wolfpack. So State is going to have to kick it away, and John Delaney, Mr. Everything, will drop deep for the Wolfpack, waiting on William Lee's snap. Jaworski Polak is back about the 15 for Carolina.
2 big plays in that drive. One the holding penalty on State, and the other the sack by Lionel Green.
Carolina will rush 8. Snap. Delaney gets it away. High floater. Polak waiting on it. Chance for a run back. Got it at the 7. Polak trying to go to the far side. Now cuts back to the near side and brought it out to about the 15. And boy, did he get pounded at the 15-yard line. The guy who got to him for the Wolfpack was Patrick Lowry, backup linebacker. So Carolina will take over 1st and 10 at its own 15. 14-10 left to play, first half. 44-yard punt by John Delaney and a 9-yard return by Polak, who came into the game averaging about 8.5 yards per return.
Not great field position for the Tar Heel offense. 2 fullbacks, it looks like.
Yeah, Madison Hedgecock is the tailback in this situation with Ricky Cook right in front of him. They get motion now from Holly to the left side. The give is off to Hedgecock, going right side. Hedgecock breaks it back. tacklers on him, and he carries a couple of state tacklers out across the 25 to about the 27-yard line. Pat Thomas, strong side linebacker on the stop. Well, Mick, Lee Pace, we've been hearing for a couple of weeks that Hitchcock has taken snaps at tailback in practice, but this is the first time we've actually been able to see him back there.
That's a quarter of a ton of football player in the offensive backfield with Cook and Madison Hedgecock, and it worked terrifically well that time.
Out of the pro eye set, they go with Cook and Hedgecock in the eye. They'll give it off to Hedgecock again, going right side. Hedgecock, flag is down out across the 30 to about the 32-yard line. If you're old enough to have seen a lot of single-wing football teams in your day, when a fullback did get a lot of work, that's exactly how Madison Hedgecock looks running the ball. He looks like an old single-wing fullback coming through the line, and the initial indication is it's against NC State.
5-yard penalty, repeat first down.
It is a 5-yard penalty, as you hear the explanation by referee Knight against the Wolfpack for being offside. And so it will be 1st and 5 for Carolina. Well, they were walking it the wrong way. The umpire, Mr. Ramsey, started toward the east goal. Now he's corrected himself, brings it out to the 32. So 1st down and 5 for Carolina. Thus far, Durant 5 of 6 for 47 yards. He hit his first 5. Here's the give off to Hedgecock, coming left side, and he gets thumped pretty good. Knocked down on the inside handoff at about the 33, so he gets a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 4. Carolina earlier with their Dodge scoring drive. It was a 12-play drive, covered 47 yards in just over 6 minutes, led to the Connor Barth 50-yard field goal. Grabbed life by the horns, Dodge.
Darian Durant passing, Woody, so far 5 of 6 for 47 yards.
Durant under center. Durant will fake the ball, now rolls out to his right, wants to throw, open receiver Bowman. Bowman midfield, fumbles a football, scooped up by Jesse Holley.
Wow.
Jesse Holley was Johnny on the spot. And Carolina will maintain possession inside the state 38-yard line.
He was Jesse on the spot. That's a terrific hustle by Holley, of course, that's obvious, but it's not uncommon for Jesse. He takes a lot of pride in his play without the football. Carolina's best downfield blocker, and he's down there looking for somebody to block, and it ends up that he recovers that fumble.
I formation, split into the right, flanker to the left. Carolina 1st and 10, State 37, tie score 3-3. Durant under center. Against State's 5-man front, State showing blitz. They blitz on almost every down. Here's the give off to Hedgecock, trying to go wide to his left, tripped up. Doesn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. A.J. Davis, the sophomore from Durham, made the stop for the white-shirted Wolfpack.
State keeps their feet on defense. It's a beautiful thing to watch, the way they use their hands. They get their arms out, ward off Carolina's blockers. If you try to cut block NC State, you're liable to just whiff, and then a guy can just jump over you, and then he's able to make the play untouched.
2nd and 11, Carolina at the State 38-yard line, 39-yard line. Durant in the shotgun. Durant now checking off, first to the right, now some hand signals. He's putting Hedgecock over to his right. Now he gets the snap. Back to throw, over the middle, caught! Darrell Mitchell to the 20-yard line. They work on A.J. Davis at the right corner. 1st and 10, Carolina.
3-step drop, no time for the pass rush to get to Darian Durant, and this is the Darian of old now. This is the Durant that teams fear playing against. Accurate, precise passer.
Darrell Mitchell celebrated his 22nd birthday just yesterday. Jaworski Polak's having his 22nd birthday today. Durant under center on 1st and 10 will give the ball off to Hedgecock. Hedgecock picking his way through the middle, goes for about 2 to about the 18. So 2nd down and 8 at the 18. John Hamlet, Jaworski Polak, and Darius Bowman going in as Dumas, Phillips, Hedgecock come out.
This drive started at the Carolina 15-yard line, and it's got a rhythm to it so far.
Well, they marked the ball at the 19, so second down and 9. Lewis is in at tailback. Ricky Cook came out. Durant in the shotgun. Lewis to his left. Here's Durant faking. Now going to run with it. Coming around the left side. 15. Durant inside the 10. No, they say he stepped out of bounds at the 14. John McCargo on the tackle for the Wolfpack. 4-yard pickup. Actually 5 yards. It'll be third down and 4.
Tar Heel fans unhappy with the spot of the football. They thought Darian had that plant foot inbounds, but it'll be third down and a long 5 to go.
And we've got a timeout on the field taken by Carolina. 10:25 remaining to be played in the first half. NC State 3, a driving Carolina 3. You're listening to Carolina football.
Kenan Stadium, Chapel Hill, the venue. The 94th State Carolina game is the occasion. It's 3-3, 10:25 until halftime. Carolina facing third down and 5 from the State 15-yard line to Lee Pace, our Beefmaster sideline reporter.
What was interesting just a minute ago, Mick, was walking behind the bench and watching the defense feeding off what's going on in the offense. As I said in the pregame key, it can all be contagious, and if the Tar Heels could punch this in and take the lead, that's only going to help the defense.
It'll be third down and 4. The ball is just inside the State 15, and this is the 8th play in this drive that started for Carolina back at its own 15-yard line following the State punt. Right in front of the West goal. Mitchell, Holly go out wide to the right side. Phillips sets as a wing on the right side. Lewis, the lone running back behind Durant, who's under center. Durant back, looking. Durant lays it up, corner of the end zone, and it's knocked away in the right corner of the end zone. Intended for Jesse Holly, and Devontae Edwards was covering on the play. So Connor Barth is going to come on to attempt a field goal. The Tar Heels on the year. 16 of 18 in the red zones, 12 touchdowns, 4 field goals. This will be a 31-yard attempt off the left hash mark. Jared Hall to hold. Greg Warren on the snap. Put down. Kick is away. High enough, long enough. Right down Broadway. 10:15 left to play. First half in Chapel Hill. It's now Carolina 6, State 3. And this is Tar Heel football from Learfield Sports.
Reggie Ball had thrown 8 interceptions in 4 games to go with 7 touchdowns. Ball playing good quarterback today, and that would be a big win for the Tech men next week. Tech will host Duke, while Maryland will host NC State.
Connor Barth getting set to kick off. Bobby Washington and Darrell Blackman again are deep. Bobby Washington, the freshman out of Miami. Blackman is a freshman from Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Everybody ready. Barth coming forward. High, deep, end over end kick. It'll be Washington about 3 yards deep, and he's going to come out of there with it. He's to the 5, he's to the 10, the 15, near side, run out of bounds at the 20.
His teammates were telling him, no, don't come out, don't come out. And then he came out anyway, got right back to about the 20-yard line. Fellas, one of the developing stories in this game, even though it's only 6-3 Carolina, is the time of possession. North Carolina has better than a 4.5-minute advantage in time of possession to this point.
State's offensive unit coming onto the field. And Jay Davis, third offensive series, is still the quarterback. We had some indications that State was going to try Marcus Stone on this series. Here's Jay Davis faking the ball, rolling out to his left, wants to throw, dumps it off, caught. Tackle made, fumble, they fight for it inside the 20. Ball loose, still State's ball, 17-yard line. John Richer was the guy who recovered. That's a famous name in NC State football. His dad, Jim, was the Outland Trophy winner for the Wolfpack back in '79. John out of Ravenscroft and Raleigh. Actually, they're going to mark it at the 16, a 4-yard loss. Second down and 14.
Looked like Jeff Longany that got a helmet in there on the tackle and jarred the football loose.
Doug Justice is now in at middle linebacker for the Tar Heels, and the junior from Port Orange, Florida, calling the defensive signals. State in the shotgun. McClendon's the tailback. Here's the give off to McClendon, coming hard off the right side. McClendon stepping out of one tackle, yet another one. He's out across the 40 and dragging tacklers with him to the 45. What an effort by the 232-pound junior, 5'11" out of Albemarle. Watkins credited with a tackle.
That was not good tackling. I mean, it was a great effort, Woody, as you described it, by T.A. McClendon, but you got Tar Heels there just hanging on and going for a ride, trying to strip the football loose. You got to get in there low, wrap the legs up, and get him down.
29-yard run by T.A. McClendon, the league's top rusher, averaging just under 109 yards a game. Hicks comes to the right. Washington goes to the left. Here's Davis giving the ball off to Darrell Blackman, caught from behind at the 41. Terry Hunter on the tackle. Loss on the play of 4, second down and 14 at the 41 of State.
Not many defensive linemen can make plays opposite from the side of the field where they lined up. Gives you some idea why the coaches are so excited about the potential of Terry Hunter, a big, strong body that has quick feet and can run, especially in short bursts like that.
Out of the same high school, East Wake, as Dallas Cowboy star Greg Ellis. If he can be that good, God bless him. Second down, 14-41. Davis in the shotgun for the Wolfpack, moving left to right. 6-3, Carolina leads it. Snap to Davis. He'll hand the ball off to Blackman, and Doug Justice has got him back at the 38, maybe the 37. Hiley Taylor going in as the rush in. Malik Brown is coming out defensively for Carolina. They marked it at the 39, so it's 3rd and 16. Again, State converted a 3rd and 38 play a week ago. Losses on 3 of 4 plays on this possession for State. Davis shotgun. 3 receivers come right. In motion goes Washington back through the formation. Davis gets the snap. Back to throw, looking, shoots a screen out. It's caught far sideline and out of bounds. Did he get the first down? No, at the Carolina 47-yard line.
Well, he got close, and close enough to think about going for it.
Darrell Blackman was the receiver. Kareem Taylor made the play for Carolina.
Third down and 2.
Fourth down
rather and 2, and the punt team is on.
Well, you have to wonder if State is really going to kick it, and the timeout's been taken by Carolina. Clock stops, 7:10 to play first half in Chapel Hill. Carolina 6 on a couple of Connor Barth field goals of 50 and 31 yards. State 3 on John Delaney's 24-yard kick. You're listening to Carolina football.
Fourth down and 2, and I think the Tar Heels were thinking State might have the fake in. They wanted to make sure they were coached up on what to do and punt safe. And so now here comes State's punt team again in a 6-3 ball game. Carolina leads 7-10 until halftime.
William Lee, the junior from Fuquay-Varina, will be the deep snapper for the Wolfpack. John Delaney out of Fayetteville, Georgia. Back to kick. Jaworski Polak standing at the 10. Carolina with only a 4-man front. Here's the snap. He's going to kick it. High floater. Polak getting out of the way. Ball hits, and did it get into the end zone? Yes, it did. State couldn't control it to keep it out of the end zone. The ball hit at about the 4 on the far sideline and was rolling toward the goal line. And it was Marcus Hudson trying to get down there, Mick, and get a hand on it, but he couldn't stop it from breaking the plane.
Hudson, one of State's 4.4 speed guys, very, very fast player. That was very close to being a Carolina ball on the 1-yard line, but the touchback means that the Heels, with the lead and the football, bring this offense back out that has moved the chains and driven the ball for 3 points each of the last 2 possessions.
Carolina with 130 yards, State with 130 yards of total offense. The Heels go 1st and 10 from the 20. They run the toss sweep to Jacques Lewis, trying to get the corner turn, breaks out in the open, back toward the middle of the field. Jacques Lewis may go 50, 40, 30, and he's hoscarled and brought down inside the 30-yard line by Marcus Hudson. It looked as if the State defense slowed up thinking Lewis was going to be run into the boundary.
The play looked great at the start when Carolina, the left side of Carolina's O-line, got State just chopped down like you take a hatchet and just knock down a small tree. State had some bodies on the ground. They were outnumbered play side. And then Lewis just turned the corner, took it back toward the middle of the field, and darn near scored on it.
1st and 10 at the State 27-yard line. Bowman comes to the left side. Mason goes out to the right. Durant under center. Durant will give the ball off. Now they're going to toss it back to Durant. Durant's going to throw deep. Got a receiver out there, and it's overthrown. Just out of the reach of the Carolina receiver, Rocky Mount's Mike Mason in the right corner of the end zone.
A little flea flicker.
So 2nd down and 10 at the State 27. Gary Tranquil, Carolina's veteran offensive coordinator, reaching into his bag of tricks. And the Tar Heels expect to see some similar things from the Wolfpack tonight. We're going to pause quickly, 10 seconds, station identification. You're listening to State Carolina with the Heels leading 6-3 on the Tar Heels Sports Network. Toss sweep to Jack Lewis, going hard to his right, is inside the 20 to about the 18-yard line. Durant actually carried that ball a couple of steps before he pitched it out to Jacques Lewis on the move going right. Freddie Autry-Lindsay, the Wolfpack weak side backer, on the stop. So it's 3rd down and a yard for the Tar Heels.
The Tar Heel O-line has played well all season long. They blocked holes in the running game. They protected Darian Durant, and now the Tar Heel O-line is starting to impose its plan on State's front 7.
Jacques Lewis now with 79 yards on 10 carries. Motion with Phillips, reverse motion. They bring him back to the left. Here's Durant. He'll give the ball off to Jacques Lewis. Flag is down. I don't believe he got it, but there's a flag down near side at the 20-yard line. We'll wait for everybody to umpire and see what the infraction might be. Jim Knight is talking to the Wolfpack. I think that would indicate it's going to be against Carolina, and he's giving State its options on the play. So here's referee Knight to explain exactly what happened on the play.
6 men on the line by the offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat 3rd down.
That happens sometimes with wide receivers. Is on the play call, one of them doesn't get up on the line of scrimmage when he needs to.
Yeah, when there's a shift, many times it does involve a wide receiver who needs to take a step forward and get up on the line to give you 7 men on the line of scrimmage. So State, of course, will accept that penalty, and 3rd and 1.5 turns into 3rd and 6.5.
And the ball is back at the 23-yard line for Carolina. That is the 2nd penalty of the night for 20 yards. The Tar Heels average only a few number of penalties a game, just 5 for 38 yards, best in the league. Here's Durant, faking, play action fake, lays it up, open receiver, Holly, touchdown, left corner of the end zone. Durant's pump fake set the play up. He had Darrell Mitchell take out the middle of the State defense. And everybody seemed to go with Mitchell, and it left Holly running wide open in the left corner.
State will play a lot of man coverage inside their own 35-yard line. The Tar Heels took advantage of it. Good job looking coverage off as well by Darian Durant for the touchdown.
Barth for the point after touchdown. Kick is up, and it's good. Timeout on the field. 5:03 left to play first half. It's now 13-3 in favor of Carolina as the Tar Heels drive 80 yards for their first touchdown or second touchdown in the last 11 quarters of Tar Heel football from Learfield Sports.
Right now here at Kenan Stadium, Darian Durant is playing a Visine game, a get the red out kind of a game. He is 8 of 11 for 119 yards and 1 touchdown. 5:03 to play in the first half, and it's 13-3 Carolina. Quickly, Lee Pace, our Beefmaster sideline reporter.
Great sleight of hand on that play, Mick. You could see the fake unfolding right in front of me. Jesse Holly wide open. Great score for the Tar Heels.
Connor Barth on the kickoff. Blackman and Washington are deep. The kickoff sailing to Washington, and this time Blackman won't let him bring it out. He drops to one knee, and State will come out 1st and 10 at its own 20-yard line with 5:03 left to play in the first half here from Chapel Hill. Our friends at Curtis Packing of Greensboro remind you to get tickets for the Chrysler Classic of Greensboro coming up next week at the Forest Oaks Country Club just south of the Gate City. You can enjoy a delicious Beefmaster Frank while watching former Tar Heel golfer Davis Love III and other PGA Tour stars battle for the Sam Snead Cup and a record $4.6 million purse. Tickets available at Triad area Chrysler dealers, Harris Teeter stores, or online at tickets.com. Reggie Davis is in as the tailback now. They get motion Tremaine Hall left side. They're going to, well, they handed the ball off up the middle. Great play faking by the Wolfpack, and it carries over the left side for a first down, and it was Reggie Davis, who we just said had come in the ball game, the sophomore tailback from out of Tallahassee, Florida, who carried for the first down out to the 36, a gain of 16 yards.
It's a nice play with that end around motion. You want the end to get to the quarterback at the same time the tailback does, so the defense there for a moment can't see who's got the football. Here's the duck formation, or a part of it anyway.
Yeah, the opposing coaches call this the Daffy Duck plays. Now they get motion out of the screen with a lineman on the left side from Richard Washington. The snap going to Jay Davis, throws over the middle, caught by T.J. Washington, and he's knocked down as he crosses midfield, and the Tar Heel, who made the first contact, Kareem Taylor, is shaken up on the play. Carries to the 49-yard line. That's a 14-yard gain, so State's hit the Carolina defense for 2 plays, totaling 30 yards on this possession.
Yeah, State's an experienced team. I mean, they were down 2 touchdowns last week at home against Wake Forest, and Wake almost had control of that game, but State came back and won it.
Jay Davis still at quarterback in the shotgun. Gets the snap, drops straight back to throw, looking, shoots it over the middle. Caught, tackle made by Sparkman at the 45. It's a gain of 4 on the play. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 6 for State. Richard Washington was the receiver out of Fort Myers, Florida.
Being behind in the game kind of messes with your quarterback rotation plans. You don't want to bring down 13-3 and at their own 20. You don't want to bring a quarterback in cold off of the bench.
Davis now 7 of 8 for 99 yards. He was hitting 63% of his throws coming in. 2nd and 6, 44. 44 of Carolina. Here's the give, and the hit is made. Larry Edwards trying to get the State runner down. Gang tackling. Is he down?
Finally.
Well, I still haven't heard a whistle. Loss on the play to the 45. It was Reggie Davis, the ball carrier. Larry Edwards and a lot of blue-shirted teammates got to Davis, but they couldn't get him off his pins.
The crowd reacted as if the ball had popped loose for a moment. I think that is what happened. Bounced back up into the ball carrier's hand.
3rd down and 5. Ball at the 44. Davis drops into the shotgun. 2 receivers go to the left side, short side, 1 to the open side on the right. Here's the throw over the middle, caught for the first down. Inside the 40 at the Carolina 36-yard line. Tremaine Hall was the receiver. State's leading receiver on the year. Came into the game 5th best in the ACC. 14 catches, 140 yards. So State has converted its 2nd 3rd down in 5 attempts. A 2nd and 3rd and long, rather. So 1st and 10 now. Carolina 37-yard line as State has moved from its own 20. 13-3 Carolina. Here's the handoff up the middle to Davis. And Davis, stepping out of a tackle, goes inside the 35 to about the 32. Gets 5 on the play, so it'll be 2nd down and 5. Shelton Bynum on the tackle.
3 yards after contact. Looked like that play was going to be stopped for a 2-yard gain. State's backs run very hard. Not just T.A. McClendon, but they come at you with elite tailback after elite tailback.
Carolina making some defensive changes now. Longany and Edwards come to the sideline. Davis under center, 2 receivers left. They get motion now back through the formation from Tremaine Hall. Here's the handoff to Reggie Davis over the left side, and Davis has got the first down, diving inside the 25 to about the 24. Gerald Sensabaugh on the tackle.
Tommy Davis had a shot at him and missed in the backfield.
So State trying to answer Carolina's score. Brian Rackley gets into the lineup for Carolina as Tommy Davis comes out. Jay Davis under center for the Wolfpack. He'll hand the ball off to Reggie Davis. Big hole. Davis stepping out of tackles, pulls tacklers with him inside the 20 to about the 16. So it'll be 2nd down and 2.
Timeout, State.
Reggie Davis coming off the bench, really responding well. He's a 6'1", 233-pound sophomore from Tallahassee, Florida. Pulled a hamstring early in practice and was slowed by that preseason practice, but has really come on strong tonight coming off the bench. Timeout on the field, 1:13 to play in the first half. And you're listening to Carolina football.
This will be the 12th play in State's drive. It's taken up over 4 minutes. They've only had one other 3rd down play. 3rd and goal from the 9-yard line. The Tar Heel defense asking for some crowd noise, and they're getting it.
State breaks his huddle as Clark, Williams, and Washington all go to the left side. Hicks and Hall coming to the right. Davis is in the shotgun. 3rd down and goal from the 9. Davis steps up under center. Davis checking off. Carolina moving its defense around. Now he backs into the shotgun again. And here's Davis, and flags are down all over the place. I believe either procedure or did the play clock run out?
State looked like the right guard might have come up prematurely.
Referee Knight is going to tell us right now.
Dead ball. False start. 71 offense. Please set the clock for 46 seconds. 4-6.
Derek Morris is the guy who moved. He's a sophomore right tackle from Huntersville, North Carolina. So this will allow State to replay 3rd down. But it moves the ball back to the 14-yard line. 3rd penalty of the game for 20 yards against the Wolfpack. Twelfth play in the drive, which has gone 66 yards in 11 plays. 13-3 Carolina, 46 seconds left in the half.
Timeout, Carolina.
And the Tar Heels have taken a timeout after they saw State come up to the line of scrimmage and set its offense. Our official wireless provider, Verizon Wireless, is offering you a new way to keep up with the Heels. The Tar Heel Connection sends information about the Heels directly to your Verizon phone before you can get it anywhere else. Go to TarHeelBlue.com, click on the Verizon button, and sign up for the inside scoop on Carolina. Let's check our scoreboard, and Jones Angel, I believe, is standing by.
Tennessee needed that win after getting drilled at home by Auburn a week ago. So yet again, here's another big 3rd down play for State. After the penalty, 3rd down and 14, 3rd and goal from the 14-yard line. State now, keep in mind, out of timeouts, 46 seconds to go in the half, and it's Carolina 13, State 3.
Wolfpack up to the line of scrimmage. Again, Clark and Hall go to the open side of the field on the left. Washington, Richard Washington to the right. The running back with Davis, with Jay Davis, is Reggie Davis. Davis pumps his leg, gets the football, looking over the middle, looking, throwing the fade, corner of the end zone. Incomplete, intended for Hall. Led him a bit too far. Sensabaugh was covering on the play. Tommy Richardson with a heavy rush on Jay Davis.
Cedric Holt also got to the pocket, and there were no flags on the play, so that'll bring up 4th and goal, and State will bring the field goal kicker on.
John Delaney will set up for about a 31 or 32-yard field goal. Chris Young will hold. William Lee will make the snap. It'll be off the right hash mark of 32 yards. 40 seconds remaining in the first half. Snap, spot, kick is up, and it is good. So State is back on the board with a second field goal tonight. John Delaney first from 24, this one from 32, and with 35 seconds left in the first half, it's Carolina 13, State 6, and you're listening to Carolina football.
Tar Heel defense has given up some yardage, some time of possession, but only 2 field goals. 13-6 is the new score following State's field goal. 35 seconds to go in the half. Both teams out of timeouts, and Carolina is getting kicked off to by John Delaney, who has put everything he's put his foot into pretty deep into the end zone. Total offense, Woody, Carolina 215 yards, State 201.
That's 215, Mick, against the number 2 defense in the country. So Carolina's offense is putting up some yards against the State defense as well.
Darian Durant with a terrific passing touch so far, 8 of 11 for 119.
Delaney's kick, high end over end. Mason's going to have a chance for a run back from the 2. He's at the 5, the 10, the 15, trying to get to the far side and spun out of bounds out near the 20-yard line, maybe just over it. I think they're going to say squarely on the 20. So with 28 seconds remaining, remember, State's going to get the ball at the outset of the second half. State won the toss of the coin prior to the start of the game, elected to defer its choice to the start of the second half. So Carolina's not going to do, I think, anything here that would risk a possible turnover with 28 seconds left. Neither side has a timeout remaining.
Yeah, this is going to be take a knee and get into the locker room.
And that's exactly what Darian Durant will do. Dropping down to one knee, clock's going to run out. Whether the game's in town or on the road, always be sure you buckle up. It's the safest way to survive the drive. A message from the Tar Heels, the Wolfpack, and the Governor's Highway Safety Program. Well, that is the end of the first half with the score, Carolina 13, State 6. This game brought to you by Blue Points, the physical activity incentive program from Blue Cross and Blue Shield of North Carolina. Let's go to Lee Pace.
Coach John Bunning, obviously your best all-around game, offense, defense, kicking game of the season.
Well, sure, it's a nice score right now, but it's only halftime. We've got a whole bunch of football yet to be played. The kids are playing very hard, as everybody's seeing, but we need a little more execution. We need to make sure that we get down this red zone, we get a score or two, which was nice to see us get the touchdown to Jesse. And then, of course, on defense, they still hit us with an explosive play or two. That's what we got to guard against in the second half.
It's a very even game statistically. Both quarterbacks have completed a high percentage. Total offense about even. Time of possession very close. First downs are close. Giveaway, takeaway game even. The difference in the game is that Carolina, when it got a chance to get a touchdown, did that, whereas State has settled for 2 field goals. So we begin the second half with the score 13-3, Carolina over NC State. And of course, Woody and Jones and Don and I and Lee welcome all of you watching and listening to this game on Time Warner Digital Cable, Channel 213.
Darrell Blackman and Bobby Washington are deep for the Wolfpack, as they've been most of the night. Tar Heels kicking off. Connor Barth, high, deep, end over end kick. It'll carry about 2 yards deep, and he's going to come out of there with it. Washington, the 10, the 15, the 20, near sideline, down at about the 26, 27-yard line, unless they judge that he went out of bounds before getting to that spot.
I think it's significant that the Tar Heels and the Wolfpack both have not had any late hits. They've had opportunities for late hits and personal fouls. So both teams are emotional and buckered up for this game, but so far they played the game under control and in a sportsmanlike way.
13-6, Carolina, and State gets the first offensive possession of the second half at its own 27-yard line. Jay Davis, 6 of 7 in the second quarter for 74 yards. That's overall, under center. Jay Davis fakes, rolls, looking, got a receiver open down the middle of the field, going to pull it down, run, drops off the short pass, and it gains out to about the 35-yard line. T.A. McClendon was the safety valve on the play after Davis made the play-action fake, and Mick, Lee Pace, I thought he had a receiver running wide open right down the middle of the field, and he couldn't see him.
It was Richard Washington who was wide open, and Davis must have either not seen him or saw something he didn't like, maybe a Tar Heel safety man sitting on the throw.
Gain of 8 on the play. Second down and 2. State from its own 35. Wolfpack in all white tonight, moving from left to right here in the third period in Chapel Hill. Motion with Hall to the right. They're going to give it off up the middle for what should be the first down. So they motion first down for the Wolfpack at the 37-yard line. That's the 37-yard line of State. 13-6, Carolina leads it. Opening moments of the second half. Wolfpack breaking the huddle. Will put Richard, the tight end, as a wing on the left side. They'll get motion now with Richard Washington. Here's Davis back to throw, looking, throws, caught. First down inside Carolina territory. T.J. Williams, the tight end, on the reception. Kareem Taylor made the tackle. Gain to the Carolina 48-yard line of 15 yards. And State's moving with the first offensive possession of the second half. And we have told you time and time again just how important the first 5 minutes of a second half, or the first couple of possessions of the second half, are in any college football game.
Perfect throw by Davis.
First and 10, 48 of Carolina. Davis in the shotgun, 2 receivers right and left. Tremaine Hall in motion. Here's Davis giving the ball off now to McClendon, pulling out of tacklers. He fights to the 45-yard line. Tremendous effort on the part of the junior from Albemarle. Second down, 7 for State at the Carolina 45. Wolfpack moving left to right. Clark, Washington go wide to the left side. Hall and Hicks come to the right. Davis in the shotgun, straight back, looking right, throws. Caught by Hicks along the near sideline and out of bounds short of the first down at the 40-yard line. Jacoby Watkins covering on the play for Carolina. So let's call it third down and 2 at the Carolina 40. The Wolfpack in the first half went 2 of 6 third down plays. The first one was short, which they converted. The rest of them were third and long, meaning 4 yards or more. Hall and Clark go out. Richards in along with Williams. Both tight ends. Washington will come right. Hicks is out to the left. Now here's the give. Off to McClendon. First down and more inside the 30 to about the 28. Good hole on the right side, and flags are down. Tackle in the Carolina secondary by Watkins and Sensabaugh. I didn't see the complete signal by referee Knight, like it might have been offsetting fouls.
I think we got a dead ball, so unsportsmanlike conduct on each team. So no penalty yardage, stepped off, first down. You just go back to where you were before, which was a State first down at the 30 or the 29-yard line of Carolina.
First down at 10 at the 29. Richard Washington and Brian Clark set the slot out to the left side. They drop Richard off the line on the left and put him in reverse motion. They give the ball now, or fake to McClendon, and throw to a wide open Richard Washington far sideline at the 15. The defense and yours truly keyed on T.A. McClendon coming wide to the right. Good fake by Jay Davis, and he hits Richard Washington wide open. And he's taken out of bounds at the 15 for a first down. Davis 12 of 14 now in the game for 117 yards.
Davis is no slouch. I mean, he's having, we talked about Darian's passing game and how well Darian is throwing the ball. Jay Davis is matching, if not surpassing that with his accuracy now.
8th play in this drive that started back at the State 27 following the kickoff. Here's Jay Davis, gives it off to McClendon, and he's tripped up on the play by Malik Brown. Brown coming in from his defensive end position on the left side. Got McClendon before he could get up ahead of steam, and that's the best way to try to play him, as he gets maybe a half yard on the play. Lee Pace along the Carolina sideline.
Tommy Davis Woody has gone out with an injury to his right hip. His return is uncertain. Brian Rackley in for him. Rackley had some good things. Also struggled at Florida State last week containing the sweeps to his side.
Quentin Pearson, the freshman from Greenville, gets onto the field. in one of the defensive back situations. Davis is under center, now dropping back into the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Open field out to the right. He gives the ball off to McClendon, and McClendon driving inside the 10 to about the 9, maybe the 8-yard line. He'll be about 3 yards shy of the first down. Sparkman and Edwards on the stop for Carolina. A couple of Tar Heel linebackers.
State is now reaping the benefit of the success they had running the ball their last possession of the first half. When you can run, it just opens up so many things in the passing game, because like we talked of earlier, you got to crowd that box a little bit to keep from getting force-fed the football.
State can make a first down without scoring. 3rd down, 4 at the 9, right in front of the East goal. 2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. They'll motion Washington through the formation. Davis in the shotgun with a snap, looking to throw. Airs it out to McClendon, and the ball is knocked away and darn near intercepted. Deflected by the Tar Heels. And so it will bring up 4th down and 4. And Delaney is going to come on for another field goal.
4th and 3 from the
Like Malik, or maybe it was Longany that got a hand up and batted that pass away. State fans, I think, a little antsy wanting State to go for it, but too long of football left. A lot of ball left to get this far down there and no points out of it.
26-yard field goal attempt off the left hash mark for John Delaney, who's already hit tonight from 24 and 32 yards. Snap, spot, kick is up, and it is good. So with 9:28 left to play, 3rd period from Chapel Hill, it's now Carolina 13, NC State 9. This is Tar Heel football from Learfield Sports. Every time you hear from Lee Pace tonight along the sideline, it's our Beefmaster Sideline Report, brought to you by Beefmaster Frank's, the hot dog choice of Tar Heel fans statewide and at Keenan Stadium. Beefmaster Frank's, the steak eaters Frank. State pulling back within 4. Now Delaney to kick off, Mike Mason and Tremaine Goddard. Driving kick, that ball's going to hit short. It'll be fielded by Mason. He bobbles it, picks it up at about the 13. Mason trying to find some running room. Cannot find an opening. Was there a loose ball? They're scrambling for it like there might have been, but Carolina has got it at the 21-yard line. John Dunlap out of Hollywood, Florida, the initial tackler for the Wolfpack. So the Tar Heels, 9:15 to play in the 3rd quarter, up 13-9, will start from their own 21-yard line.
Jay Davis has been terrific. 12 of 15 passing, 117 yards.
Madison Hedgecock will be the fullback. Jacques Lewis will be the tailback. Lewis in the first half, 79 yards, including 62 in the 2nd period. Best starting field position of the night for Carolina by a yard. Jacques Lewis off the right side, falling forward to about the 24-yard line. So a gain of about 3 or 4 on the play. Pat Thomas on the stop, State's 2nd leading tackler on the year with 34 hits to his credit. Actually just out across the 23. Let's call it a gain of 2. So it'll be 2nd down and 8. Carolina at its own 23, moving from right to left toward the west goal. Wide slot, left side. That's open side of the field. Durant under center. State blitzing on just about every defensive down. Darian Durant checking off the line of scrimmage for Carolina. Here's Durant. Quick drop. Durant looking. Durant's going to pull it down. Try to get out of there. He can't do it. Sacked. Back at the 15-yard line. Freddie Autry-Lindsay was the guy who got to him.
Not sure everybody got the check. Would it look like Darian at the snap of the ball was looking up and out to the left as if he was expecting Darrell Mitchell to cut to the left on a hot read? The receiver wasn't there, and Darian had to improvise.
3rd down and 14 for Carolina, back at the 17-yard line. Carolina quarterbacks have now been sacked in double digits on the year. First one of the night, number 10 on the year against Carolina. Durant drops into the shotgun. 3rd down, 14. Durant gets the snap. Durant looking, going to run the quarterback draw. Trying to get to the outside. Turns it back, knocked down at the 21-yard line. So Carolina will have to kick it away on a 3 and out. But a flag is down on the play, so hold the phone. Looks like the line judge is pointing at Carolina. Could have come from trying to stop one of those quick NC State defensive ends. Lee Pace along the sideline. What'd you see?
Woody, it looked like Brian Chakos and Manny Lawson were involved, a little extracurricular there. I'm not sure which way it's going, though.
Here's referee Jim Knight.
After the play, dead ball fouls, personal fouls by each team. They offset by rule. The down remains the same.
So that'll mean it's 4th down. 4th down and 9. As Carolina fails to convert its 4th third down of the night. Tremaine Hall is deep, and he's dangerous every time he touches it. He's averaging 8 yards a return. Averaged better than 10 yards a year ago. Brought 2 back for touchdowns against Western Carolina and Maryland. Gregoire to make the deep snap. State will send 8. Snap. Woolridge gets it away. Hangs it high. Hall drifting to this side. Signals for the fair. Oh! Looked like he signaled for a fair catch, but he's running with it, and they're throwing a flag.
Yep, that was a fair catch signal, and that's coming back, even though State runs it in for a touchdown.
Dead ball foul. Delay of game. Number 21 of the receiving team advancing the ball after a waving signal 5 yards from the end of the kick. First down.
Well, Hall is absolutely irate along the far sideline.
Well, he's claiming he was shielding his eyes from the sun.
So the penalty has moved the ball back to the 28, and that's where State's going to start. 1st and 10, down 4 points, 13-9 with 7:10 left to play in the 3rd period. Jay Davis under center, gets Richard Washington in motion, fakes, looking over the middle. He's going to be caught, taken down on the sack. Brian Rackley, the sophomore from Tallahassee, got to him. 2nd sack of the night against the Wolfpack. State quarterbacks have been sacked 9 times on the year. So it's a loss of 4. It'll be 2nd and 14.
Jeff Longany assigned a tight end T.J. Williams in coverage. There was one back there, and so that puts that linebacker on the tight end. Great job by Longany. No one for Davis to throw to.
Washington and Hicks are out wide to the right side to get motion from Hall coming left. They dump the little screen out to him. Hall looking for some running room, can't find it. Down at the 26 on the near sideline. Lionel Green on the initial tackle for Carolina. So the gain to the 26 will bring up 3rd down and 12.
It's a good football game between two teams that appear somewhat evenly matched. State with a very, very quick, aggressive defense. Carolina has moved the ball offensively. A lot of fun.
Davis is going to stay in the shotgun now as he sets State up on a 3rd and long. 2 receivers to the short side on the right, 1 to the left. Davis ready for the ball, gets it, drops back to throw. Here comes pressure. He's looking over the middle, caught for the 1st down. This time, State will put Brian Clark to the right side. They get 2 receivers on the left. Now they motion Hall back to the right. They give the ball off up the middle to T.A. McClendon. 40, 35, 30 to the Carolina 25-yard line. He's now over 100 yards in the game, 102 yards, which is his 9th career 100-yard performance of the year and his 2nd straight. The give now to Reggie Davis. Fumble, and Carolina recovers. Larry Edwards came up with a fumble recovery at the 20-yard line. It is the first turnover of the night for either side. So Carolina with 4:40 left in the 3rd period protects its 13-9 lead, at least for the moment, and gets the ball at the 20-yard line. Let's pause quickly, 10 seconds, station identification. You're listening to State Carolina from Chapel Hill on the Tar Heel Sports Network. Darren Durant under center, faking, rolling out, in trouble, and he's going down back inside the 15. Play action fake. He tried to roll to his right to find a receiver down the far sideline, but he never had a chance. The Wolfpack defense all over him, mainly Mario Williams, the sophomore from Richlands, North Carolina. So the loss back to the 14 of 6 yards, second down and 16.
State so fast, and they don't stay in the same place every time. Reggie Herring's defense does a terrific job of scheming you. The pass rushers, the blitzers come from different angles on almost every snap, it seems.
Carolina's going to put a wide receiver out to the right side. They'll set the slot up all about equidistance between the two sidelines. Durant in the shotgun gets the snap. Durant back to throw, looking in trouble, just airs it out into the state boundary. Durant in the shotgun. Motion now with Hamlet. They reverse him back to the left. Here they run the toss sweep out to Jacques Lewis. Lewis trying to get the corner turn. Flag is down. He's out of bounds at the 21-yard line, but a flag thrown during the run. Jesse Holley was the player who was reported to have held on the play. So it will be fourth down. As the Tar Heels are now 3 of 8 in third down conversions. Devontae Edwards, who played his high school ball right here in Chapel Hill, went to state because he said the Wolfpack was going to give him an opportunity to play basketball, and Carolina's football program would not. He played about 2 months of basketball at state, and that was it. High hanging punt. Edwards is called for the fair catch, and he makes it at the 36-yard line. And there's some joying going on between Wallace Wright and Devontae Edwards.
Good punt by David Wildridge, Woody. 4.47 seconds of hang time, 43 yards on the kick. Got it out of there in 2 seconds, and that's dynamite.
3:24 to play. State will go 1st and 10 from its own 36-yard line. Tia McClendon will be the tailback. He'll be the lone back behind Jay Davis as he sets the Wolfpack up with a wide receiver out to the left. Now they get motion. Hall from right to left. Here's Davis faking, handing the ball off to Richard Washington, going wide to the left side. He's at the 40, the 45, trying to cut back midfield into Carolina territory at the 47.
It's done.
Angie Bardis is the electric clock operator tonight from over in Mebane. He may have started that one on the ready for play as they do just then. Here's Davis rolling out to his right, throwing, got an open receiver. Catch is made by Dunlap. Dunlap back to the middle of the field. Dunlap inside the 15-yard line, down to the 13. Fred Sparkman on the tackle.
Right, and he's got a 2-level choice there and went to the deeper receiver for good yardage.
So 2 plays, net 51 yards for the Wolfpack, and 1st and 10 at the Carolina 13 in front of the East goal. 13-9 Tar Heels. Here's the give to McClendon. Big hole McClendon to about the 9, maybe the 8, twisting away from Doug Justice. So a gain on the play of 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5. State got down into the red zone on its last possession, but coughed up the football.
Jody Zoidner hands a note over here. State has got 13 first downs since Carolina's last first down.
2nd down and 5. Ball at the 8. Right hash mark. Richard Washington goes out to the left. Sterling Hicks comes to the right. McClendon, the lone running back behind Davis. Carolina with a 5-man front. Now they drop Richard off on the right side, put him in motion. The give is to T.A. McClendon. McClendon to the 4. McClendon thrown back. Short of the first down, I believe. They're going to say 4.5-yard line. Fred Sparkman is back in. So the Wolfpack trying to get back on top. Down 13-9. Jay Davis sets him up. Out of the eye. Wing formation. Puts the wing. Richard on a reverse motion. Now the give to McClendon. McClendon spins away and goes to the 1. Fumbled the ball, but he believed he was down. State now 5 of 10 in third down conversions, including 3 of 4 here in the second half. 13-9. State trying to retake the lead. Davis fakes, sprints out to the right, throws, misses an open receiver. 7th play in this drive that has carried 63 yards. Wing formation on the right. Davis turns, gives to McClendon, pushes, toward the end zone and scores. State retakes the lead. First time State's been ahead since the 10-13 mark of the second half, when a second Connor Barth field goal put Carolina on top 6-3. Deraney with a kickoff, and there will be a run back by Dale Roberts out of Tallahassee. Fields it at the 7, 10, 15, 20. Roberts cannot get away from the first man downfield as he spins forward to about the 23, maybe 24-yard line, and that's where Carolina will start, as the Tar Heels have had the ball twice in the third period, and both have been 3-and-out possessions. Miguel Scott on the tackle for the Wolfpack.
Tar Heels haven't had very good field position the entire game, really. They've made field position out of it in the first half by long drives. Third quarter, Carolina's run 6 plays, gained 23 yards. Check it, 6 plays, 2 turnovers. I'll tell you about it in a second. Hold on.
Darren Durant in the shotgun, empty set now as 2 receivers go to the right, 2 to the left. Snap to Durant. Durant, quick drop, whips a pass, caught by Darrell Mitchell out of bounds at the 31, maybe 32-yard line. He'll be shy of the first down by about a yard. Lamont Reed on the coverage for State. Well, State's had 180 yards of offense here, Mick, in the third quarter, and Carolina's had only 2 yards. Here's the handoff to Jacques Lewis, and Lewis lowering his head and driving over the right side on an inside handoff. Doesn't get the first down, and it'll be third down. After 3 quarters of play, State with 382 yards and the lead, 16-13. The Tar Heels have got 216 yards. Timeout on the field. This is Tar Heel football from Learfield Sports. Hedgecock's lined up at tailback behind Ricky Cook. Durant on a long count under center against State's 4-man front. The give is off to Hedgecock. Hedgecock trying to get the first down, does, and more. Out across the 40 and taken down at the 43 of Carolina. So Carolina converts its 4th third down of the night, and only the second short situation that the Tar Heels have had. Graham and Autry Lindsay on the tackle for the Wolfpack. So it'll be 1st and 10 Carolina. The nose of the ball is just shy of the Carolina 44-yard line. NC State down tonight 13-6 at the half, 9-11 under Chuck Amato when trailing at the half, 25-5 when leading. Jacques Lewis back at tailback. He's the lone back behind Durant. State showing blitz. Here's Durant faking to Lewis. Flags are down all over the place. Durant running with it, turns it up the sideline and runs out of bounds into the State boundary. State fewer penalties tonight than in any recent game. I think that's only about the 4th one for the Wolfpack. Make it 5. So 1st down and 5. Ball just outside the Carolina 48-yard line. 16-13, NC State with a lead. Coming back from a 13-3 deficit back in the second quarter. Darren Durant backing into the shotgun. They bunch 4 wide receivers on the right side. Durant back to throw. Throws the quick, almost intercepted. Garland Heath was there with Troy Graham, and it was Heath who almost got his hands on it. So 2nd down and 5 at the Carolina 48-yard line. Darren Durant will bring Carolina up now with Madison Hedgecock at fullback. Jacques Lewis is the tailback. Flanker to the right side, open side, split end to the left. Durant under center. Play action fake, roll out, going to dump it off, and it's caught by the tight end, John Hamlet. Durant on a stand-up huddle at the 45 brings Carolina up now 3rd down and 3 from the State 49. Durant's in the shotgun. Got Jacques Lewis to his right. They'll motion now. Hamlet to the right side. Here's Durant looking to throw. Nobody there. Throws. Jesse Holley couldn't hold it. Or did he?
He held it, but is it for the first down? He may be just a whisker short.
Well, he did hold it. It looked for a moment like he was grasping for the ball, as maybe it almost popped away. And they're going to call the head linesman, Mike Owens, and his crew in from the far sideline for a measurement.
Good catch by Jesse Holley. Boy, to take that ball right off the turf. This field, by the way, we got to give a shout out to the grounds crew, Woody. The Kenan Stadium, this field has never been in better playing condition. The ryegrass has come in, still a good standard Bermuda. It's beautiful tonight.
It certainly is. Adarius Bowman comes right. Jesse Holley will go left. I formation. Durant under center. State showing blitz. Here's the fake. Durant's back to throw. Throwing down the sideline. Bowman there. Got it. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Carolina. For Adarius Bowman, it is his third touchdown reception of the season and his second one of over 40 yards. He caught one of 41 against Georgia Tech. That was 46. Connor Barth to attempt the point after touchdown. It'll be a big one because it'll be a 4-point Carolina lead. It's good. Carolina 20, State 16. Clock stop, 12:51 remaining to be played in the ball game in Chapel Hill.
That touchdown pass, to just my naked eye view of the play, did not look like real deep football or anything very fancy. Darian Durant just fades back, had good protection. Jason Brown and others held up the pocket very well. And Darian was looking right from the start to Darius Bowman running a go route, a takeoff route down the right sideline. He got a step on the left corner, Lamont Reed. And then the safety man coming over, Troy Graham, Woody, just did not make it over in time, and it's a touchdown. Carolina just goes up top down the near sideline for 7 points and a 4-point lead in the football game.
Bobby Washington and Darrell Blackman are again deep. They've been back there all the way tonight for NC State as Connor Barth gets set to kick off. Checking left and then right. Here's his kickoff. It's a driving kick carrying toward the far side. Fielded at the 5. Back up the sideline comes Washington with it. Washington ducking around, stepped out of a couple of tackles and gets out across the 25 to about the 27 before he is brought down on the play. Bobby Washington, freshman out of Miami, Florida. Caused quite a bit of controversy before the season started. His ACT board scores were not accepted by Miami, and he bailed out before the investigation at Miami and flew to NC State and enrolled and was on the practice field in a short amount of time for the Wolfpack.
Killian High School scored 61 touchdowns in Miami's Killian High School, a very good school. He's a talent.
First down at 10, State at the 27. Davis under center, gets motion. Now he'll run the reverse. Hands it off to Hall, coming wide. Hall trying to get the corner turned. He does, near sideline, and run out of bounds at the 36-yard line. He'll be a yard shy of the first down. Kareem Taylor was there to force him out of bounds. State in white, moving from right to left. On the left hash, they set a wide slot to the open side of the field on the right. Got a flanker, Hall to the left. He goes in motion. Here's Davis pitching the ball out to Hall. Hall cutting back, has got the first down, gets hit as he comes out across the 40 and taken down at the 42. Fred Sparkman on the tackle for Carolina. Two receivers to the left side, open side of the field. He'll go to the right, rolls out, looking, wants to throw deep, throws, got a receiver there, and it's Richard Washington, and he's out of bounds on the far side of the field at the Carolina 43-yard line. Well, for NC State, their leading receiver, T.J. Williams, 4 catches for 49, but Washington's caught 3 for 34. Pollock leads Carolina 4 catches for 30 yards. First down at 10, Carolina 43. Right hash, open field to the left. Here's the handoff up the middle. And I think it was McClendon to about the 41. Well, they brought Kalani Heppy in the game, a redshirt freshman from Bealton, Virginia. I think he'll be the center. And if that's the case, maybe not. They could have put Leroy Harris over as the center, but anyway, sometimes when you change centers, maybe not in the shotgun, but you have some exchange problems. Second down and 8, 41. Davis back to throw. Ball deflected, intercepted. Carolina down the far sideline go the Tar Heels. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, 4-yard line. Larry Edwards, the sophomore from Tampa, Florida, making his first start tonight for Carolina, gives the Tar Heels first and goal at the State 4.
State trying a little flare pass to T.A. McClendon. Lee Pace, our Beefmaster sideline reporter. What happened next?
Malik Brown was coming in from the left side, Mick. He extended his paw up in the hand, knocked it up out of the air, and that's where Larry Edwards picked it up and ran down inside the Wolfpack 5-yard line.
Well, Carolina's getting the offensive players out into the huddle. They huddle up along the sideline and then go right to the formation as they come off the boundary. Jason Brown leading the way. He'll have Kyle Ralph on his right side, Charleston Gray on his left. Brian Chacos is the tackle on the left, Willie McNeil on the right. Durant wants the crowd to quiet. First and goal at the 4 in front of the East goal. Durant turns, play action fake. Durant looking, throws, end zone, touchdown. Wide open to John Hamlet. Check it, Justin.
Just the way they planned it. Beautiful play by the Tar Heels.
John Hamlet, the sophomore from Lynchburg, Virginia. Catches the touchdown pass. It is 26-16. Connor Barth will attempt to add the point after touchdown. Snap, spot, hold by Jared Hall. Kick is up, good. Timeout on the field. 11-11 to play, and it's an 11-point game. Carolina 27, State 16, and this is Tar Heel football from Learfield Sports.
On the scoring play, Carolina came out with a personnel group and with a formation that said, basically, we're going to try to run the football. It looked like 22 personnel, 2 backs, 2 tight ends, 1 wide. And everybody was all bunched up. So NC State got wadded up. And then the Tar Heels bootleg Darian Durant. They roll him out to the right. Durant knows exactly where he wants to go with the football. He rolls out, looks to about the L, in between the L and the I in the Carolina end zone as the Carolina letters are written out there. Throws a perfect pass to Hamlet for the touchdown. So now the Tar Heels lead by 11, 27-16. A lot of time left, though, 11-11 to play in Chapel Hill.
Darian Durant with that touchdown pass to John Hamlet has just moved up to 5th rather, on Carolina's career touchdown list, tied for 5th. That was his 59th career touchdown pass. And the interception returned by Larry Edwards has been officially recorded at 54 yards as Connor Barth's kickoff sails 8 yards deep in the end zone to Darrell Blackman. So State will come out 1st and 10 at its own 20-yard line. I think I may have said Carolina a moment ago, but that's tied for 5th in ACC career touchdown passes. First down and 10 for State at the 20-yard line of the Wolfpack. 27-16 Carolina. Davis in the shotgun. Davis back to throw, pumps, now will come left side. Got McClendon at the 20. Back down the near sideline. It's a foot race. McClendon out in the open, and he's going to be caught by Sensabaugh. First down and 10 now for the Wolfpack at the Carolina 34-yard line. Reggie Davis is in at tailback. Jay Davis under center, wide slot to the left side. He'll fake the ball, rolls out, throws, got an open receiver, and cutting back inside, and what a block on the far side. Boy, Richard Washington just laid out Fred Sparkman. Pass was complete to John Richer for that gain. So 1st and 10 right in front of the West goal now. Davis going left, then to the right, checking off. Got a wide receiver to the right, one to the left, open side. The give is off to Reggie Davis. Got the corner turned on the right side, still on his feet, down the sideline, inside the 5 and taken out of bounds. Reggie Davis's run of 18 yards to get it to 1st and goal at the Carolina 3-yard line. No timeout on the play. They get the injured player, Sensabaugh, to the sideline. State breaks a huddle. Jay Davis will have Avery Gibson. And Reggie Davis in behind him. The give is off to Reggie Davis, and he stopped at the 3.
Meanwhile, T.A. McClendon not in the game, but he does have his helmet on, and he's poised near the NC State offensive coaches. Looks like he's ready to go back if need be.
Bobby Washington's in at tailback now. Richer in motion to the right. Davis turns. They'll run the toss sweep out to Davis, trying to get the corner turn. He cuts back and scores. Touchdown. Bobby Washington. Bobby Washington gets the touchdown, the freshman from Miami, and it's 27-22. They are indeed going for it, Mick. They break the huddle. Davis will come up under center. Puts three receivers, bunches them to the left side. One wide out to the open side of the field, and a timeout has been taken. I think by Carolina it is. Timeout on the field. Clock stopped. 9:44 to play. It's 27-22. State thinking about going for two. 27-22. State going for two with 9:44 to play. Davis under center. Three receivers bunched to the right. He's got one out to the left side. Here's Davis. The fake off up the middle and into the end zone for two. The handoff straight up the middle for State over the left side, and it was Bobby Washington who carried it in, the man who just scored the touchdown for State. So just like that, it's a 27-24 game with still 9:44 to play. John Duraney set to kick off. Carolina deep with Goddard and Mason. Kick is going to be fielded by Goddard, and it will be Goddard starting back up the middle, and Goddard spinning away and taken down at the 27-yard line. And official Jim Knight appeared to be looking in, but no flag on the play. So 9:35 remaining to be played. Carolina gets it 1st and 10 at its own 28-yard line. Cook and Hedgecock are in the eye for the Tar Heels. Give us off to Madison Hedgecock. Feels his way along left side. Hedgecock coming hard over the left side. Still running it out of bounds at about the 43-yard line. Hudson and Graham have to combine on the tackle to bring him down. Carolina with a 3-point lead. 9:26 to play. Carolina flopping the tight end Dumas over to the right side. They've got a flanker to the right, split into the left. Here's Hedgecock up the middle. Hedgecock to about the 48 before he's thrown back. 2nd and 6. Carolina at its own 48-yard line. Durant under center. Durant will give the ball to Hedgecock off the left side. Runs into one tackler, gets stood up, and down he goes as Manny Lawson got there to help out. Oliver Hoyt made the initial hit. Hedgecock gets roughed up on the play for no gain. This is big right here. Carolina breaks the huddle as Mitchell and Pollock go to the left side. Mason and Holly come to the right. Durant in the shotgun. Here comes a blitz. The throw caught by Mason. 1st down, Carolina at the State 46. Well, I'm saying 1st down. I think it is, but it'll be close.
Clock moving. Under 7:37 to play in the football game.
Ball at the State 46-yard line. Carolina breaks the huddle. Darius Bowman goes to the left side. Jesse Holly comes right. Jacques Lewis back in at tailback. Play action fake. Now Durant's going to step up, throw the ball far side, and throws it out of bounds. Pretty well conceived play, but Jacques Lewis was covered pretty heavily by Autry Lindsey on the far sideline, and I think Durant saw that when he stepped up into the pocket, and so he lofted it well into the State bench area. 2nd down and 10, State 49.
Darian was tackled aggressively on the play. Had to kind of get his pads straightened back out and get his helmet straightened out after being assisted to the ground.
Two receivers come right, two to the left. It's an empty set. Durant dropping into the shotgun. State with a 4-man rush. Durant back to throw. Here comes the rush. Durant throws. Holly there, and he can't get it. It's overthrown play. So here come the Tar Heels with a 3rd and 10 at the State 46. Durant backs into the shotgun. Now Durant's asking for a timeout. He saw somebody move into a gap, and he wanted to talk about it. This game started out tonight 3-0 State on Duraney's 24-yard field goal. Barth tied it up from 50 yards away. Then Barth gave Carolina the lead 6-3. Then a Durant to Holly 23-yard pass made it 13-3 before Duraney's field goal, his 2nd of the night in the final 35 seconds of the 1st half. Then Duraney and McClendon scored for State in the 3rd quarter. It was a 16-13 State lead, but Carolina answered with 2 touchdowns, and now State has come back on a Bobby Washington score and a 2-point conversion. 27-24 Carolina. 3rd down and 10 from the State 46. Durant gets the shotgun, gets the snap, being pressured backside, gets out of there somehow, running to the near sideline, looking, gonna pull it down and run with it, and he stopped short of the first down at the 37-yard line. State.
Pretty close, though. You might be close enough to go for it.
Whoa.
Be a long field goal, too long, I think.
Well, let's see. The offense wants to go for it. Let's listen to the crowd and see what the crowd wants to do. The crowd obviously wants to go for it, and Carolina is going for it.
4th and a yard.
4th and a yard just inside the State 37. 2 tight ends. Cook and Hedgecock are the running backs. Durant at the line of scrimmage. State with a 6-man front. Here's Durant giving the ball off to Hedgecock. Trying to get wide. Does. 35-30. Near sideline 20. Down inside the 15-yard line before he's knocked down by Marcus Hudson. Kyle Ralph with a good pulling block, and Mick, I thought for a moment he was going to score.
I did too. I thought he was going to outrun people into the end zone. Madison Hedgecock, a difference maker in the football game. He's given this Tar Heel offense some energy, the feeling like they can convert these 3rd and shorts without having to try to trick the defense.
It's 1st and 10 at the State 12-yard line. It was a 34-yard run by Madison Hedgecock on 3rd and 10. Now Cook and Hedgecock again. Lined up in the I. Wing to the right. One wide out to the left side. Here's Durant. He's going to give the ball off to Hedgecock. Hedgecock stepping out of a tackle or two, trying to fight his way forward, and gets to about the 11-yard line.
Tar Heels with 1 timeout remaining. State has all 3 of their second half timeouts.
Durant brings Carolina up to the line of scrimmage. Tar Heels already have 2 touchdowns here in the 4th period. They're trying to add a 3rd. Durant fakes the ball to Hedgecock, rolls out to the right side, looking. Now just going to hang it up and throws it out of the field of play. Everybody was covered. So that'll bring up 3rd down and 9 at the 11, and we pause quickly 10 seconds for station identification. 4:39 to play in Chapel Hill. You're listening to State Carolina, the 94th version on the Tar Heel Sports Network. The third and long Carolina has faced in this drive, which started nearly 5 minutes ago at the Carolina 28-yard line. It's now 3rd and 9 from the State 11. Durant, quick throw out to Jaworski Polak. Polak trying to get to the sideline, out of bounds at the 8. So here comes Connor Barth in an effort to make it a 6-point game.
Yeah, you got no choice. It's too long to go, and now the value of NC State's 2-point conversion is illustrated because 3 here, if successful, puts you up 6 points. So State could possibly win the game or take the lead with a touchdown and a PAT.
Barth from 25 yards away off the left hash. Jared Hall will hold. Snap, spot, kick is up, and it's good. So timeout on the field, 4:28 to play. Carolina 30, NC State 24. And this is Tar Heel football from Learfield Sports.
The most yards State had allowed this year coming into this game, 279 against Wake Forest. Carolina offense, 355 yards. 6-point lead. Pressure shifts now to NC State's offense, which has not been slowed down much in the second half by the Tar Heel defense. There was the interception that Carolina turned into a touchdown. So again, State will take over with a 6-point deficit in the game. 4:27 to play. All 3 timeouts remaining in Chapel Hill, Woody.
Connor Barth will kick off. Blackman and Washington are deep. Washington near side, Blackman near side, Washington on the far side. Barth's kickoff is a high, deep end-over-end kick. Going to send Washington back in the end zone from about 4 yards deep. He's coming out of there with it. Runs into one of his own people, then gets caught from behind out at the 18-yard line. 1st down and 10 for the Wolfpack. Jay Davis under center. Split into the right, flanker left. They get motion from the flanker, Richard Washington. They're going to run a toss sweep out to Darrell Blackman coming right side, and Larry Edwards puts a shoulder right into his sternum. 3:50 to play. State will put two receivers, open side to the right. They'll set the slot to the short side. Second down and 7:21. 30-24 Carolina. Davis in the shotgun. Davis back to throw. Davis looking, and he loses the football. Was it a fumble? Carolina fighting for it. Let's see. Incomplete pass. Yes, I think so. Jim Knight, the referee, standing in the state backfield, already ruling incomplete pass, arm going forward.
So many injuries can happen when the ball is loose, and the Tar Heels have two slow to get up. Let's go to Lee Pace on the sideline. Leroy.
Yeah, Kareem Taylor has been struggling with the shoulder problem all day. Very slow to get up that time. He and Linwood Williams are now the two safeties with Sensabaugh out. That is an area that State could potentially exploit.
And you bet that the State offensive coaches, coordinator Noel Mazzoni, knows exactly what Lee Pace just told you. Mazzoni, by the way, was the Auburn coordinator when Carolina beat Auburn in the Peach Bowl, and he and the defensive coordinator now at Clemson both got fired after that game by Tommy Tuberville. Davis shotgun. Flag is down in the backfield. Delay of game against the Wolfpack. Third down and 12. State at the Wolfpack 16-yard line. Reggie Davis, the tailback. Jay Davis is in the shotgun. Gets the snap. Jay Davis back to throw. Pressure coming. Throw. Catch made, but the tackle immediately after the catch by Lionel Green. But now Chuck Amato says, let's kick it away with 3:08 to play. 3:07, clock running. Polak will drop deep.
Tar Heels facing a State team's got all three timeouts still left. That's one reason why State can punt the ball.
And we're getting a timeout called, and it's been whistled by the Wolfpack. Maybe there's a second thought along the NC State sideline, and we'll stay right here.
Atmosphere, a lot of excitement, and you can just cut the tension with a knife down here right now.
Nick, I think State's changed its mind.
Yeah, while you guys were talking, I was looking with the field glasses to see State. They got their offense rallied around Jay Davis right now, and it looks as though they're going to go for it on fourth down and 6 yards to go.
Yep, 4th and 6 from the 22. And here comes the Wolfpack. Everybody in this crowd, and it's darn near capacity, on their respective feet. Davis under center. The running back behind him is Reggie Davis. He gets motion now. Richard Washington through the formation to the right. Davis away, fakes the ball, play action fake, gonna throw, caught, first down State. Just outside the 30 at the 32-yard line. What a big play. T.J. Williams, the tight end, and Davis got rid of it just before the Carolina defense got to him with a heavy rush.
Well, all credit to the Wolfpack. Carolina was right up in Jay Davis's grill. Got hit, as Woody said, right after as he threw the ball. The throw was high, but a ladder being climbed for the catch and a first down by about 2 yards. Wow.
First down and 10, Wolfpack at the State 32. Davis under center this time. One lone running back. Got a short wide out to the right, two to the left. They're going to run to reverse now. This is Sterling Hicks coming around the left side. Sterling Hicks cuts it back, trying to get to the near side. Down the near sideline he goes. He's inside the 30, the 25, and taken out of bounds by Jacoby Watkins. Out of bounds at the 28. That's the Carolina 28. 30-24, 2:19 left. State with 2 timeouts remaining. Davis under center. 3 receivers bunched tightly to the left, 1 to the right. Now they're going to run it to Tremaine Hall. Hall cutting back. Hall sandwiched between 2 tacklers, goes down near a first down at about the 18-yard line. Kareem Taylor and Jacoby Watkins on the tackle for Carolina, but it'll be close to the first down. 1st and 10 at the 18. McClendon's back at tailback. Davis will give the ball to McClendon, coming left side. McClendon trying to get the corner turn. Horse collar taken down. Clock running. They didn't get out of bounds. Fred Sparkman on the tackle with 1:40 to play. And the clock running. And now State's going to take one of its 2 remaining timeouts. Clock is stopped. 1:36 to play here in Chapel Hill. 1st and 10 for the Wolfpack with 1:36 to play at the 18-yard line. Already today, Virginia Tech over Wake Forest. Georgia Tech surprise number 23 Maryland at College Park. Florida State's got its hands full with Syracuse at the Carrier Dome. And here, the 94th meeting between State and Carolina has been something, and it's not over. Davis in the shotgun. Tremaine Hall in motion to the right. Davis gets the ball, steps back to throw. Got Hall out in the flat. Caught and taken down. Jacoby Watkins hit him first. Larry Edwards came in to finish up. State's got one timeout left, but the clock running. Gain was to the 14. It'll be 2nd and 6. Terry Hunter getting into the defensive line for Carolina as Condreas Guy comes out.
3rd down.
It is 3rd down. 3rd down and 6. Davis back to throw. Davis looking, shoots it. Caught at the 10 and taken down, but it's a 1st down at the 5-yard line. 1st and goal for State at the 5 with 52 seconds remaining. Brian Clark was the receiver of Davis's pass. Davis on the night now 22 of 28 for 272 yards. His previous high game had been the 228 last Saturday against Wake Forest. McClendon, the tailback. Flanker to the left, split in to the right. Here's the give to McClendon. Going wide to the right, McClendon hit. McClendon taken down at the 3 on the right side. Clock running with 30 seconds. State's got a timeout, and the Wolfpack's going to use it right now. Clock stopped, 30 seconds to play. But right now, Carolina just would like that clock to run out without State getting into the end zone.
Somebody's got to make a play. Got to have a deflection, maybe a pick, a sack. Need for a star to emerge on defense.
Jay Davis doesn't have enough players out there. Tremaine Hall has to come rushing onto the field. Play clock will not start until the ball is marked ready for play. There's the ready for play signal. Davis under center. From the 3. Gives the ball to McClendon. Hits up into the middle. Goes right to the goal. Touchdown, NC State. Well, there's some discussion going on now with the officials. We got an early signal for a touchdown.
Yeah, I don't know what this is about.
Jim Knight will explain it to us. He's coming out of the conference right now. Here's Mr. Knight.
Please set the clock for 13 seconds. 14 seconds, 1-4. And it will start on my whistle.
I think he said his knee was down.
Set the clock for 1-4. 14 seconds.
Wow.
Lee Pace, what did you see?
One official said he was down. One gave the signal for the touchdown. The first one overruled the second.
The first one who ruled touchdown overruled the second?
No, the other way. The one who ruled his knee being down is the one that is counting. The ball is it is inside the 1-yard line.
So no touchdown, so the points will come off. It'll still be 30-24 Carolina. 14 seconds left.
Well, the crowd is confused because the scoreboard is showing 30-30. And we got to Mr. Knight a bit late. He was just saying something about his knee down, but we didn't pick it up. So it remains 30-24. And now the board is being changed. The ball is inside the 1-yard line, 14 seconds left, no timeouts. Now the question is, can the Tar Heels hold? And can the Wolfpack get it into the end zone?
How you going to stop TA from a half a yard?
Chuck Amato, the state head coach, the 58-year-old head man of the Wolfpack, has come all the way out on the field to talk to the officials. He is standing inside the numbers, and he's upset.
It is uncommon that a clear early signal for a touchdown like that will be overruled.
McClendon, the tailback. Davis will line up under center. State with no timeouts. 30-24, Carolina. Davis steps under center. Gibson and McClendon behind him. Davis with motion by Richard. Will give the ball to McClendon. He leaps.
Oh!
He doesn't get in. He fumbled the football. Carolina holds. The game is over. And Carolina has won the game. No, it stopped with 6 seconds remaining.
They're going to have time for another play, perhaps. That wasn't a fourth down play, remember. And we got a clock stopped with 6 seconds.
Khalif Mitchell made the stop.
It was a fumble on the play.
Yeah, they are saying that a Carolina fumble or a State fumble recovered by the Wolfpack. So now the Tar Heels can take a knee.
Lee Pace, you had a look at it. Who got it?
Khalif Mitchell made the tackle. I cannot see who made the fumble recovery. The State coaching staff, this is going to be intense after the game. Chuck Amato is jaw to jaw with one of the officials. I think the officials are going to need an escort off this field when it's all over.
Well, McClendon, you remember, hit right up inside. One official coming in from the side. The linesman threw his hands up for touchdown. And then it was judged that his knee touched down at the 1 yard line. And then State fumbles and Carolina recovers. And the game is over as Carolina runs one play into the line of scrimmage.
What a classic.
And now Madison Hedgecock and a Wolfpack player, Pat Thomas, were about nose to nose down near the goal line. And we've got a celebration breaking out on the field. But at the other end of the field, Carolina and State players are shaking hands with each other and congratulating them, each other as they should, on a game well played. For those who have been watching on WTVD, ABC 11, Digital Channel 13, thanks for watching. The final score in an epic State Carolina game, 30-24 in favor of the Tar Heels.